Fang Mingquan had been very depressed recently. As a reporter, he had been in charge of a program about God's sanctuary on Skynet. Although it was not super popular, the program was gaining momentum and he was considered a minor celebrity. Because of a decision made by the management, he was transferred to a remote planet, Roker. His job was so-called new market development, which actually meant that he was pushed out because he was in the way of others. As Fang Mingquan understood, now his program belonged to a recent graduate who was related to a board member. Knowing nothing, the kid had screwed the show up and many loyal audience were asking to transfer Fang Mingquan back. Which didn't change anything. Fang Mingquan knew clearly that he could never go back. Planet Roker had very few resources and was far away from the economic center. So there was really no breaking news to be covered. For the few months he had been here, Fang Mingquan were wasting his time doing interviews of minor celebrities who thought too highly of themselves, which completely disgusted him. How can I leave this **t hole? Fang Mingquan was wandering aimlessly in the street, holding a small metal jug and sipping liquor from it from time to time. Although he was upset, Fang Mingquan still kept looking around out of professional habits. Suddenly, darkness fell and there was a huge explosion and fires. As a good journalist, Fang Mingquan turned on his recording device. A Shura aircraft. Fang Mingquan saw the aircraft and his heart started pounding. He hurried off to the nearest high-rise as he kept shooting with the recording device. Soon, Fang Mingquan noticed the little girl as well. When he saw the golden-horned Shura coming out the aircraft, he was thrilled and worried at the same time. He was thrilled because this was a great opportunity for him. A Shura aircraft falling on planet Roker was such a rare incident. Plus the Shura in it was an aristocrat. This was the golden ticket for him to become a more famous reporter. But at the same time, Fang Mingquan was also worried about the fate of the little girl. As a professional journalist, regardless of his urge to yell, help, Fang Mingquan stayed quiet and just recorded and uploaded everything faithfully. However, when seeing the Shura slashing his katana at her, Fang Mingquan saw her frightened little face and could not help but cried. Someone save her. Quote. But no one could respond to that. The rescue team had not arrived. And even if someone had an aircraft, it would be hard to park it on such height. Boom! A pair of golden wings cut into the frame and a majestic figure took the little girl into his arm, his other hand catching the blade of the Shura. Blood dropped down from the katana, and Fang Mingquan felt as if his heart had stopped. Someone rescued the child. Fang Mingquan burst out a cry. Hasen was shocked when he caught the blade of the katana. His sacred blood armor couldn't even block the sharp katana and his palm was still cut. Although the cut wasn't deep, he realized this Shura was a tough opponent. Hasen flew back several yards flapping his wings, holding the little girl in one arm. He suddenly felt a chill from behind and quickly turned around. The Shura was raising his katana and was about to cut it at Hasen. Hasen gritted his teeth and span around in the air, barely escaping the Shura's attack. The Shura jumped up and stepped on the wall, throwing himself at Hasen. Does he have some genes from a flea? Hasen thought and flew to a building nearby, broke a window and put the little girl inside. Hasen took a look inside the room and found it to be a classroom with dozens of children inside, shivering in the corner. Damn! Before Hasen could figure out a solution, the Shura was already in his face with the katana in hand, hatching it down at Hasen. Hasen could dodge this attack, but when he was ready to move, he suddenly froze. Behind him was the classroom full of children. If he dodged, the Shura would enter the classroom. The Shura was on a human planet and there was no way he could survive here with so many enemies around him. He would choose to kill as many as he could before he were to die. By no means would Hussein let him enter the classroom. Facing the katana, Hussein only leaned to his side to protect his vital organs, while throwing a punch toward the Shura's face. The Shura was slightly surprised, as he did not expect Hussein to stay where he was. Although the Shura didn't put all his strength into this attack, his katana still cut through the sacred blood armor into Hussein's shoulder, making a squeaking sound when its blade met the bone. At the same time, Hussein's fist also hit the Shura in the face, forcing him to bend his body backwards. The material of the Shura's mask was made of extreme tough material and did not crack at Hussein's punch. The Shura caught the alloy framework in the wall with his toes and swung back to reach for the katana stuck in Hussein's shoulder. Not wanting to give his katana back, Hussein blocked his palm with one hand and punched at the Shura's throat with the other hand. The Shura returned a punch at Hussein's chest and soon it became a fist fight. In a short while, Hussein started spitting up blood. Why didn't he dodge? Since he could fly, he could have dodged the attacks, wondered Fang Mingquan. Sharing his thought with the audience watching Fang Mingquan's webcasting.